I'm here with Khristina Ridge, Group Revenue Manager, JMK Group. How are you?
Hi, I'm very good, thank you.
Good. I am coming from a Valencia Group hotel, The George, in College Station, Texas, home of Texas A&M University, my alma mater. So I brought a little hat. I'm excited. I had a lot of fun up and down this street.
I'm sure you did.
So tell us real quick about JMK. Who is JMK?
So JMK Group is a privately owned family operations group, hotels in Ireland and the UK, and they also own coffee houses as well. It's been a new venture for the last few years. We've recently just opened a brand new property in Ealing, mid-pandemic, which is fantastic to be able to do. It's a 184-bedroom Hampton by Hilton, based in London, Ealing. It only opened last week, so it's been very good. We've seen business go strength to strength. Weekend was almost 35% occupied, which is interesting based on these COVID times. And it's been very interesting to see how the property's been able to develop, even though a lot of the areas have been in total lockdown.
How's the market doing?
London is slow, very slow. Surprisingly, the brand is actually very happy with how the hotel is performing based on the fact that we just opened. But also central London is finding it quite tough, mainly because people want bright open area spaces, whereas you know yourself, just like big cities, the hotels are small, the rooms are small. So the luxury market has crashed almost. The 4 stars are priced in around 3 stars, 3 stars are 2 stars, and it's kind of like, you know, one of these domino effects the whole way down. Same can be said for Ireland, for Dublin, very similar position. The average occupancy last week was around 17% across the city, which is very, very low. It's something that Dublin just isn't used to. Whereas outside Dublin, we do have properties in different parts of the country, and they are booming because, again, staycation has been pushed, and, you know, the likes of Waterford has just been growing way beyond expectation of what even our tourism board expected, which is fantastic to see.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. What are we going to do with London? If they would let me in, I'd go.
Pray. They're not even letting me in, to be honest with you. So that's kind of another tough thing when you're sitting remote from London and you just want to be able to help. That's kind of tough. But all we can do is pray. Just see. I think over the next few months we'll start to see a return of business partners. You know, corporate isn't gone. It's just that people need to access different corporate markets to be able to grow. And in particular, we've always been kind of saying we don't need domestic travelers, but now we do need them. So you need to be able to shift that market focus.
Right. All right, Khristina. Earlier, before we came on, you were talking a little bit about integrated technologies, which is always near and dear to our heart as a technology company. So I know you've got really wonderful things to say about hotel application software providers and how they integrate, right?
I think the fact that there's over 300 on the market is a little bit excessive, but hey ho, everyone needs to start somewhere. In particular, the fact that the legacy systems are still going since the 70s and 80s, they're still in properties. I think we need to change our mindset on that and definitely look at new ways of integrating new PMSs and software all together so that each individual or each hotel can have a better stack, basically.
So what advice would you have for hoteliers if they're looking for new technology, whether it's a PMS or any new tech?
So I think they need to have a detailed RFP, know for sure what they want in regards to financial, housekeeping, F&B, operations, everything. So they also need to actually speak to the vendors, get a lot of different quotes and actually understand what's good for their market and understand whether the system will actually integrate with what you have in place already, or do you need to invest in newer technology, either a micro system or a new system in your bar and restaurant, or is it a case that your RMS and CRM that you have already integrates perfectly fine?
Okay, perfect. All right, Khristina, thank you for joining me. That's some good advice.
No problem. My pleasure. Thanks a million.
Bye-bye.